We're no strangers to love.
Oh,
You
God.
know the rules, and so do I.
It's going to be one of those streams.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let
There you
you
are.
down. Never gonna run around and desert you.
Stop appropriating white culture.
Take a deep dive.
Just go into that shallow ass gene pool.
Speaking of shallow gene pools, did you see the Platinum Jubilee?
I did not know, but
Thank God.
Queen Elizabeth is an institution, and I will not have her spoken badly of in front of me. You can shit talk the rest of the royal family all you want, but Queen Elizabeth II is all right.
Okay.
We all have our blind spots.
Yeah, we all have our blind spots. Nobody's perfect except me.
Besides, the Queen has no political power really anymore, so your beef is with the House of Lords. That's where your beef is.
Where's the beef? I just want to say hello to everybody that's in the chat so far. Right now we're live on YouTube, Twitch, and Rockfin. All right, we have CBC voter Pan Quake is in the house, so good to see you. Robin Ryan, Sunday twofer. Absolutely, we're gonna do a twofer. Why? Because we love you. All right.
Well, not me, but I don't have to. You guys are all right.
He just said he doesn't love me.
I didn't mean you. Obviously, you. I mean your audience.
Ryan. No. No. Mia says, hello. She says, a wave, a happy face, a smile, and a flame. So good to see you.
What's up, Mia?
Still no pickles, bubbles. Says, cheers to the breezes that blow through the trees, that lift the skirt above their knees, that show us the spot that gets us hot, that teases, pleases, and causes diseases. Oh my God, what a snatch down the motherfucking hatch. Thank you.
Damn.
Yeah. All right. Nice.
All right. We got spitting some bars in the chat over here.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So good to see you. We have Brandy Weaver also in the chat. So good to see you. Are you watching me and CJ at the same time? All right.
That's
Now.
Intense.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's some multitasking right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So, well.
So we're apparently going to demonstrate how James gives his money to the water companies instead of just drinking from the tap like a real leftist.
Hey, you know what would be horrible if I was drinking a bottle of like Fuji or Evian water or Voss water on stream right now?
Yeah.
I'd be like, he's a grifter!
That's right around the time you notice that your curtains are all like stamped with like the Nestle logo or some stupid shit.
Nestle.
All right. What are we talking about today, James?
So, I thought we'd talk about propaganda since we talk about it all the time.
Oh, I love that. It's my favorite topic.
It's your favorite. Yeah. It's my favorite too, because, you know, people, you know, it's funny because people are served bullshit all the time, and then people keep telling them, you know, that it's chocolate ice cream because it has sprinkles on top.
No, my favorite though is the people who acknowledge that they're being fed bullshit all the time, but then they're the ones who go, but Democrats are less bad. That's my favorite. It's the ones who fully acknowledge that everything is broken and fucked up, but they're just like, eh.
Like David Sirota.
I know nothing about what's going on with David Sirota right now, so I'm just going to agree with you by default because
I forget you're out of the space.
I am out of the loop.
Yeah. Okay. So David Sirota was one of the people who basically talks about how he rails against Democrats all the time, and yet with Crystal Kyle and friends, he basically said, "But we still have to vote for Democrats because they're just less bad."
Look, I get the general attitude of feeling like you yourself can't really do anything. I mean, I was stricken by that too, so I would be a hypocrite, right? If I went on too much about it. Mm-hmm. But and I understand the attitude that it's very defeatist because there exists no real way to change anything from within the system we currently have. You would either need to do super direct action, which would culminate in like another revolution of some kind, or like a third party bid. But the way the system's set up, third parties die before they even get off the ground because there's so many stupid hoops they have to jump through. Nobody meets that requirement, not even the Green Party or the Libertarians, who arguably are the two most well-known third parties out there. They're never on the debate stage. And there's a reason for that. Yeah.
And so, but to the point, somebody like David Sirota constantly says that, and and then a lot of us who are pushing for more direct action and going outside of the duopoly, we're constantly being told that we're nihilist for it. And it's like, well, you guys are basically directionless. And it's like, well, wait, we do have a direction. We're going the direction the elders have gone, in years past. So is it directionless, or is just the direction you're too lazy to get up and do?
The left is not directionless. The left lacks the ability to organize. That is what the problem is. The left is not directionless. They have a very clear direction they want to go in. Forward. Not backwards like the Republicans are trying to drag us with the tacit approval of the liberals. Because they're just going to sit in the passenger seat and go, oh no, don't turn around. No. Well, we tried, guy. We tried. So the left has a direction. It's just they're incapable of organizing to any meaningful degree. Just because of the left's demographics. They're usually smarter. They have ideas. They have good ideas. The problem is they can't really agree on anything.
Yeah, and I think part of it is also, I'm gonna be real, and I said this to Jordan Sheridan. I said there is, especially as far as those of us who are in this media space, there's a class divide as well.
Oh yeah, big time.
And so the sense of urgency for some is just non-existent. So much so to the point where, and I liken this, and I used this analogy before, but it's like being in a burning house, and then you see the fire department come, and you think they're about to bring out the big hose to shoot the water, and they bring out a squirt gun, and they try to take out the fire with a squirt gun, and it's like, no, you fucking just didn't try to put out a fire with a squirt gun, a house fire, and that's exactly what it feels like.
No, see the big hoses, you have to. That's DLC. You got to pay for the fire hoses. the squirt gun is what you get by default. Everybody gets a squirt gun by default.
Everybody gets a squirt gun.
If you want the fire hoses, you got to buy those. You got to pay.
Yeah. Are you in network? Are you?
Are you? Because otherwise you're gonna die.
Yeah, you're gonna die. Okay. So I mean, all you have to do is donate to Act Blue. $27. Oh, and you know what? Just go to your local Williams Sonoma and get yourself a fire hose.
They have them on clearance now. They're only
They have them on
$300.
clearance.
They're only $300 per square foot.
Yeah, per square foot, $300 per foot. And so, you don't have enough money. Well, it's your fault you don't have enough money to get the fire hose to put the fire out in your house.
Why don't you live in a neighborhood that's closer to a fire extinguisher?
Why don't you? Why don't you do that? I think that's your problem. Yeah.
These sound like personal problems to me.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, I was able to pay for an entire fire extinguishing system within my own home. Why couldn't you do the same? This is how they sound, though.
I can't even keep the bit going anymore because it's just so fucking stupid.
It's the most idiotic thing. And it's like I said, oh my God. It's like I say all the time. You cannot blame systemic issues on the individual. An individual cannot curtail or take out systemic problems for everybody. The thing is that, yeah, do some people get through? Yes, but they're the exception, not the rule.
But they want to keep it that way because that perpetuates the illusion that there's a way out. That perpetuates the American dream myth. It's like they said in the new Jim Crow, the fact that some black people are able to be successful allows the neoliberals to then turn around and be like, we ended racism, guys. What are you talking about? Like, look, Obama was president. The racism's over now. Like, the fact that those exceptions exist is built into the system for a purpose.
Yeah. It's just like when police are like, look, we have black cops. I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
I don't care if there's black cops. I don't care if there's a gay cop. Like, they're still cops. They're still shooting us in the back.
You have the privilege of being murdered by someone who looks like you now.
That's true.
Why aren't you happy? Why aren't you happy yet?
You should be happy that they shot you in the back as you were running away.
I don't understand why they're complaining.
You should be happy that we're taking away your Second Amendment rights just because of the color of your skin and your class.
Dude, you want to witness the effects of decades of fucking propaganda and shit like that? What I'm going to say is going to cause a reaction, and it's the correct reaction because I know. Go to the AOL News comment sections under any given article, and you will find a cesspool of like the most backwards conservatives on the planet. There are some neoliberals mixed in there, but it's mostly Republicans being really, really angry that other people have rights now.
Well, the thing is, I find it's like the quote is true. To the privileged, equality feels like oppression, right?
I still have that quote on the top of my blog that I don't update anymore, but still exists.
Yeah.
So
which I've also linked in the description.
Oh, you're so sweet. Please don't go there expecting new articles all the time, but the back content is pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
Skip over all the congressional spotlights because they're not relevant anymore. But the general articles, I think, are still pretty good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, well, you're biased because you wrote them.
I am biased. You're right. I am absolutely biased because I wrote them.
Yeah.
I'm usually biased in the other direction, though, with the stuff I make. I'm usually like, oh, this is utter garbage. And everybody's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. So we all know that, the stuff that comes out of Fox, MSNBC, CNN, New York Times, Washington Post, The Hill.
Any outlet you can think of, really.
Pretty much. we all know that they put out this notion that, number one, the systemic issues are your own personal problem. They'll put that out there. We all know that they will, be team war.
Team war.
Yeah,
Trains never late.
Like I have to put it just simply because that's exactly what it is. It's team war.
No,
it's
it's exactly what it is. The only person in Congress who is not on team war is Rand Paul. Shout out to Rand Paul for being the literally only dude who every time there's a conflict and they're trying to go to war, he will vote against it every single time. It doesn't always mean anything, but that dude is consistent in that he does not want to go to war. You can look it up. It's the only thing he is ever consistent on, and it's kind of the only thing he's ever good on too. Is he is very anti-imperialist, and I can respect that, even if he's wrong about literally like everything else.
I don't know about anti-imperialist. I mean, because his, I would question him on his use of sanctions, but
well, I just mean in the sense of like we don't want to spend money on foreign war.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, it's not. It's like the right choice, but for the wrong reasons. Is because it's like,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, but yeah, but yeah. So but here's my thing though. We have to be careful about the media that we consume that call themselves independent now. We do.
It's true because it's become a new code word.
Mm-hmm.
It's become a new shield.
Yeah. And one of the reasons why I say that is because.
Oh, is this the fun part? Tell me.
This is the fun part.
I'm so hype to be angry. Tell me how hype I need to be right now.
You're going to be angry. Okay. All right, here comes the airplane. Okay. Okay, so this is from our friends at Indie News Network. They're also, make sure to follow Indie News Network. They're awesome. They have, a great network and they do great work. This is a article that he came out with. It says Breaking Point's billionaire funding ties, the story behind Breaking Points and Max Alvarez. So just to let you guys know, Max Alvarez actually came out and said that in a tweet that Real News Network is not a part of this conglomeration of these different posts. So I just want to make sure that I put that out there. Real News Network and Max Alvarez are not going to be part of this unification that's going on.
Okay.
But as far as that, the subheading says, since Breaking Points with co-hosts Crystal Ball and Sagar and Jetty announced expansion plans to their anniversary stream on May 30th, we started investigating the hosts and the funders.
Always follow the money, people. Always follow the money.
Always follow the money. So it starts off, it says, in our last article, we investigated the link and funding sources behind the host of Breaking Points and satellite affiliates, the Realignment podcast, The Intercept, and Big by Matt Stoller. As detailed prior, hosts of Breaking Points and some of their mentioned affiliates have ties in previous or current roles in the Hudson Institute. They fund Marshall Kosloff and Sagar and Jetty's Realignment podcast. Pierre Almadiar for The Intercept, and Reid Hoffman, Crystal Ball, IPAC, David Sirota, or other conservative pro-war, historically anti-China DC think tanks funded by big business, like the Hoover Institute and the Lincoln Network, also Marshall Kosloff. So here is the video.
Oh, there's a video. Great.
There's a video!
You
Okay. I should should I play it here or play it on YouTube?
I don't know. I'm not sure it matters.
Hey guys, it's Crystal.
And Sagar, we have an amazing announcement for you. We are starting a brand new, totally independent show. Could not be more excited about it. We want to compete with CNN, Fox News, MSNBC. They've got endless resources, but we've got you.
Guys, if you haven't canceled your Breaking Points subscription to, I don't know what you're doing. Get on it. These people are literally like promoting economic warfare and real warfare with China. Should not be giving them your money.
That's something else that we're really proud of, is that the audience has really different views across the entire spectrum.
No one's actually holding these fucks accountable because they brainwashed their entire audience into thinking that we should be going to war with China.
Hold on.
I like that guy. Who's that guy?
That's actually that's Jackson Hinkle. He has his own channel. But Jackson,
cool.
But Jackson Hinkle actually he's being censored right now because Venmo and PayPal have basically said that he can no longer use their services at all. They banned him from using PayPal because the thing is that he's been talking about Ukraine and China. I'm sorry, Ukraine and Russia,
right?
And
That's
talking about how the United States has basically been funding, Nazis in the Azov battalion in Ukraine, So he's been talking about that, and a lot of the things that have been coming out recently, that the United States government has been secretly basically proving, the things that he's been saying, right? But yeah, so right here at the upper right-hand corner, there was a poll, and it talks about the United States basically going to war with Iran. And most of the Breaking Point's audience is 133,000 votes said yes, 57%. Unsure was 18%, and the no's were 25%. So basically, it's very neocon heavy, especially with Sagar and Jetty. So that's basically what is talking about. So let me continue.
We should be going to war with China.
Breaking Points is building a network with most of the same issues as corporate media, and he says got to give the viewers of Breaking Points what they want. So who is the viewers?
Gotta give the viewers.
This is a question they've asked. If China were to invade Taiwan, would you support the United States coming to Taiwan's defense?
Yeah, that's a right-wing China.
57% said yes.
Now we are able to partner with all of these great people.
Shut the fuck up, Sagar.
So that's the main graphic for everybody together.
Sagar, put your board dick away.
Forced to vote. What is happening over here with Breaking Points? Just weird,
I say we got some spam in the chat
of him pushing the Democratic Party, and he happened to be married to a Democrat.
We got you. What'd you say?
It seems I got some spam in the chat.
Oh man, why'd you got it? What?
People remember to never click on links or use codes that are in random streams. I trust you're smarter than this, but
no.
You're gonna get hacked. You're gonna get hacked by Congress.
It won't even allow me to push, to put this person out. But oh well, it's all right.
Yeah, just ignore him.
Yeah. Oh well, whatever. Anyway, so
ignore the FBI bot.
Yep. Anyway, continuing.
And then there was one video I was watching when he was like, "Yeah, I know some Democrats," and I paused it, Nick. I paused it, Rome, and I was like, "What do you mean you know so many Democrats? You're fucking a Democrat." Yeah, breaking.
By the way, David Sorota's wife is a Democratic politician.
I mean, hey, apparently it doesn't matter who your spouses are now. We had the Supreme Court judge's wife trying to overturn an election, so it doesn't really matter anymore.
I mean, Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi, is they are accused of doing insider trading. Or Ro Khanna's
I'm sure their
wife
insider trading.
Yeah, Ro Khanna's wife also owns stock in military contractors too. So
remember, the rules only apply to not them. Like anybody who's not them, the rules apply to.
Yeah.
Points as the team who censored Glenn Greenwald, and Sabrina, aka Sabby Sab, she put the right comment up for this next graphic, and that is for Marshall. Okay.
Go fuck yourself, you fucking egghead nerd. I don't give a fuck about your committee shit. Why don't you stop saying that stupid shit?
That's directed at Matt.
It's a tumultuous time. It's a sad time, and it's a dangerous time. But there is not a reason to give up on the fact that every day, the harder we work and the more people that we expand and more, that we actually can change with the status quo. You know, change feels like it's not happening, and then it happens all at once.
Shut the fuck up, Sagar.
What does this say to you? Does this scream revolution? Does this scream this scream urgency?
We want to continue to upgrade this studio. We need to fix some of the lights.
Shut the fuck up, Sagar. Not everything's propaganda. Sagar is just an anti-China hack who comes from the Hudson Institute, which is one of the most anti-China conservative think tanks on the planet.
So look, guys, if you can help us out, you know, I know how hard.
By the way, the Hudson Institute is also funded by Raytheon and Northrop Grumman. Yes.
I mean, who else are they going to be funded by, really? They know Sagar loves war. I mean, come on.
Yeah. He's like a brown John McCain.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say some things, but I don't want to get your show in trouble, so we'll move on.
It's okay. Let's move on.
You guys work.
Let's
I know
just
how hard
we'll just
it is out there, inflation and all that.
Yeah. I got you.
Shut the fuck up, Sagar.
We need to fix some of the lights.
Shut the fuck up, Sagar.
You know, if you're used to consuming mainstream news content and you're not used to watching YouTube shows and you see something that has, you know, a more minimalist background or more casual vibe to it, then I think there is a natural instinct to be like, that's not serious. It's not real.
They have 80,000 people subscribed to them right now. Think of the minds that they are poisoning. Think about all the rage that people have built up inside of them that they are keeping down. They are wetting out people fire.
And if you can really support us, become a founding member. It's a one-time payment of $1,500.
Shut the fuck up, Sagar.
So fuck Marshall, fuck Kyle, fuck Simon, fuck all these people. These people are our opposition, and we need to treat them like so.
Shut the fuck up, Sagar.
I could listen to that clip all day.
Yeah.
I could listen to that shut the fuck up Sagar clip all day.
Yeah, these two gentlemen are my comrades at RBN. They are
great.
Yeah. Rome and CJ, they are wonderful, wonderful people that I absolutely love.
Shout out to you guys. Random dude likes you. I'm sure you're flattered.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, fucking, I'm so embarrassed that I used to like Crystal Ball.
So did I. I used to like her too. But the thing is that, I mean, you know, she has a net worth of what, $44 million. And on top of it, you know, there was a story that came out about she used to have a PAC, and only 3% of the PAC actually went towards the candidates. She pocketed most of the rest herself. Was just over $200,000.
As you do.
Yeah. So,
it's like we were talking about the other night about a certain other formerly leftist commentator. It's at a certain point you become part of the system that you're allegedly supposed to be like working to improve / change / tear down. You know, like at a certain point, your livelihood is supported by the fact that all this fucked up shit is still happening. So, what happens if tomorrow, like, let's just hypothetically for Sagar and say that we wake up tomorrow and the world is now a leftist paradise. Like we have everything we wanted, and everything is cool now. What are they going to talk about on their shows now? How everything's cool? Like they're not going to make money doing that. They now exist to perpetuate the system that they're claiming to be fighting against. Because guess what? Your show is big now. You've got all these, like, you got this great studio space, and you've got like a team of people. Guess what? You need to pay them now. You have become the owner. Like, you have now become the one who has bills and shit. Like,
yeah.
So you're not going to cut off that revenue stream.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Like, their desk that they sit at literally costs $10,000.
Their desks cost more than some people make in a year.
Like, yo, like,
But they're
basically,
talking to you. They're talking to you, though.
it's almost as much as what I get from disability benefits for an entire year. Their desk by itself. You want to tell me that's independent?
That's not.
That's not.
We're
No.
not. We're not including the chair. We're
We're not including. Yeah. Like, wait. Hold up. I'm gonna show y'all how hood I am right now.
Oh boy.
Y'all want to know how hood I am? Watch. Guess what?
We're getting a tour.
My computer's literally sitting on top of this box, and it's on top of my bed because I have a $25 desk that I haven't put up yet. That's it, right? And this box was from a friend that he bought his shoes. And I was just like, okay, let me use this box to prop up my computer. That's it. I am broke, right?
Dude, I will right now. I will Venmo you like $40 to get a decent monitor stand. Like,
I got to build it up, but even still, but here's my point though, right? You know, there you have people like like Sakura Jenny and Marshall Kosloff, who are funded by who are funded and working with the Hudson Institute, which basically is funded by military contractors, and then they start pushing this pro-war with China narrative, and they're basically pushing this neoconservative type of policy, to which it influences their audience of over 800,000 subscribers now. And you mean to tell me that they're independent?
Yeah, no, they're not. Anytime you're being funded by any big organization, you're not independent. If you say something that organization disagrees with, damn sure you're gonna get a phone call after that stream.
Yeah.
The exact same way that the executives at MSNBC get their phone calls from the Pentagon every time there's a story that needs airing. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, you know, if we're going to talk about propaganda, let's really talk about propaganda. Like, you know, and the thing is that they know. And then here's the crazy part: their programming. Let me enlarge this again. Their programming literally pushes them out in the algorithm, and then you try to look for our videos. You have to scroll further and further and further down just to see videos from me or Frank Analysis or RBN or Savvy Sabs or INN or MCSC Network. You literally have to scroll down just to see us. The thing is that the corporate algorithm doesn't work for us, but it definitely works for them.
That's the censorship arm of the part of the propaganda machine. It's the propaganda is more than just the things that are said. It's exposing you to the right media, and the algorithms are great at that. There's tons of this shit everywhere, so we don't really need to get into it. But it basically works like it just pushes down the content that is questionable, which always means they're saying something that's against the status quo. They push that down, and they instead funnel trusted sources, is what they usually say, which is always the networks that agree with the party line, whether it's Fox, CNN, or Crystal and Sagar's show. Like it doesn't matter what they are, as long as they are parroting the party line.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. And the thing is that, you know, some people get upset, you know, but we're literally showing you like the receipts behind like what they're doing. And it's not, you know, anything outside of the realm of you know, misinformation, because, you know, we're literally doing the research and showing you, hey, look, this is what's going on.
Here's the evidence, here's everything, and then on the other side they come back with the same thing they used to criticize the big ones for doing. It's like, oh, that's just disinformation.
Yeah, you literally
that's
become,
not real. Don't believe your lying eyes.
Yeah, you literally become the same people who, you know, that you say that you're against, you know, and it
happens here, and tangentially this is also the reason you cannot make changes from inside the system in Congress, because look what happened to the Squad, or whatever the fuck, AOC and the others. I am confident in saying that I am sure that they went in with the best of intentions.
Yeah.
However, you cannot be in that environment as one, or let's just give the benefit of the doubt, 4 people in a sea of corruption and think that you are going to be fine, that you are not going to be corrupted, because it's not how it works. The system is very good at subverting everything to perpetuate and support itself, and that includes new blood going into it.
Mm-hmm. No, it's the same thing with police. Basically,
it's absolutely the same thing with police, because I do not doubt that there are tons of people who join the police force with the best of intentions, that they want to help people, they want to protect their communities, etc., etc. But the problem is that the system, the institution of the police, is not built to do that. The institution of the police is to protect the property of business owners and rich people.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, I'm not sure if I showed you this, but
exactly,
I mean,
Robin.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's not a good comment.
No. Robin says you're a part of the team or you get voted out. The machine sees it.
I'm sorry. Yep, X. I do not. I used to have. I say used to. It's still up. I have a blog that I think Jay linked it in the description, where I used to write a bunch of articles and shit, op-ed pieces. I haven't touched it in years. I mean, feel free to browse the back content. I think it's pretty good, but don't expect new content, because I just haven't. I'll be honest. I burnt out of it. I burnt out of beating my head against the wall, and I just kind of took a step back. Yeah. And now I mostly do little things like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I keep a foot in. Because I like to know what's going on. But I burnt out.
Right. I don't blame you, because the thing is, it's very difficult to stay in.
Mm-hmm. I have nothing but admiration for you and your RBN network and everybody else that is like on the front lines in the trenches of this shit. I have nothing but respect for you guys. This is hard, man. It's hard going out there and getting the shit beaten out of you every day and coming back.
Yeah, being accused of being grifters and always people trying to say that we're nihilistic and things like that. It gets demoralizing, especially when you're trying to fight against a system that sees you as a threat just for trying to inform people of what the system is doing.
The nihilism argument especially bothers me, because that's like the opposite of what nihilism is supposed to be. Like we all know that Nietzsche's text got twisted and corrupted by his Nazi sister and Hitler. But nihilism, yes, the belief of nihilism is that nothing really matters because we all die. But the part that always gets left out is that the nothing matters is not like a bad thing that should be used to be like, oh, nothing matters, so just give up and do whatever. It's actually the opposite. It's that nothing matters, so like do what you like, do the best you can do to make the world a better place while you're here, because you will die and then that's the end. So like do like the best you can do while you're here. That's what nihilism, the philosophy, was about originally. But a whole like 8 generations of stupid college kids kind of fucked it up. So,
it's just, I'm just exhausted. But at the same time, it's like, what other recourse do I have but to talk about these things? Just so that hopefully the next generation will pick it up. At basically like in a marathon. And they'll pick up that baton and they'll keep running with it, and then something will come about from it.
That is the hope, and that's been the hope of a lot of generations. Unfortunately, we don't have the time we used to have, because if we haven't noticed, the planet's about to be on fire. So No, I mean like climate change on fire, not politically on fire.
No, I mean about to be. I mean, dude.
Worse. Like
no.
worse.
Well, I know that, but I'm just like the ocean was on fire last year.
Well, I mean, dude, that happens from time to time. It's fine. That's just how the ocean cleanses itself. It just lights itself on fire every now and then.
Yeah. Sometimes it lets off a very beautiful sense of petroleum into the air. It's something that I think is recommended by Martha Stewart. She tells you just go to your own local Williams-Sonoma, buy some flammable ocean water just to cleanse the palate of the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah. By the way, guys, the Jaybefaunt show is sponsored by Williams-Sonoma. That's why we're plugging them so often. It's because you can get anything you need at your local Williams-Sonoma.
Yeah, you all you need is a great credit score, and you can get their credit card. You know what I mean?
If you don't have a local Williams-Sonoma, just go to a Williams-Sonoma and purchase your local Williams-Sonoma.
Brought to you by Williams-Sonoma.
Proud sponsors of the end of the world.
Proud sponsor at the end of the world.
This apocalypse is brought to you by JP Morgan Chase. In association with PNC Bank.
This failed state is brought to you by Pfizer.
In conclusion, propaganda is insidious and everybody's affected by it, even if and especially if you think you're not.
Yeah. You want to see how insidious it is?
Yeah, let's see some insidiousness.
Let's
Insidious 3.
Let's see some insidiousness. All right,
hopefully
hang on.
It's better than the Insidious movie series. I like the first one. The other two can kind of fuck off.
Never watched it before, but it's okay.
Never make sequels to things that don't need sequels is the lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. All right.
I don't know. I can't remember if I showed you this before. I think maybe I have. Oh well. But propaganda, people. Propaganda. Really want to see it? Here you go. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what this is.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities, the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about troubling trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control.
Okay, pause it. This reminds, putting aside the insanity, this reminds me of those multi-level marketing pyramid scheme pitches that you see sometimes, where it's like, be sure, in parentheses, it's like, be sure to change the name of the person. It's exactly the same template, and they don't even bother changing it because they don't have to.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like. I don't know. Oh, gosh. It's just like you want to see somebody. It's almost like you see somebody in the camera going, for the children. Just like, basically, kind of like
children.
Yeah, just like it. And I don't know if anybody's watched WandaVision, but there's that point where everybody's like, for the children. And it's like,
for the children. It's okay. The Republican like motto, for the children.
Yeah.
Except when it's guns, then the kids need more guns.
Yeah, they get their guns from their local Williams-Sonoma.
And then well, I'm not going to finish that thought because it's horrific. But you can infer what I was going to go and say. Speaking of that, did you see the asinine statement that the Uvalde police chief put out of how his officers didn't hesitate for a second to risk their lives? Meanwhile, we have 8 different videos showing them literally hesitating to risk their lives. Now, I know the Supreme. Oh, okay, you can't move on. Okay, I got it.
Hold on. No, hold on. They didn't hesitate to risk their lives.
His officers never hesitated to risk their lives.
They never hesitated to risk their lives.
Never hesitated. In fact, he ran into the building, throwing his radios asunder because he didn't want them to weigh him down as he ran into the building to save these children. Okay, I have a very simple question then, sir. If you didn't hesitate for a second, why was it a different agency that breached the door and killed the shooter? Okay, just a very simple question. If you didn't hesitate at all, why was a different agency responsible for the resolvement of this scenario?
But here's the crazy part, though. He says this. Meanwhile, there is literal video.
Like 8 different sources of video of his cops just
different
chilling.
Sources of the police. Look, I saw one where the police was decked out and guns and ammo and had an assault rifle, and he's standing there in front of the parents, not allowing the parents to even try to save their own lives, their own kids' lives. And I'm
no, they don't have that right. They don't have the right to save their own children.
I'm like, motherfucker, you got more ammo probably on you than the shooter does, and you're not in there trying to stop them? Mind you, the Supreme Court even said that police do not have a constitutional duty to protect you.
Antonin Scalia, in his infinite fucking wisdom, thank God he's dead. The police have no obligation to protect the public. I shared that article with my parents, and they were like amazed. Meanwhile, they were alive when that decision was made. So that really tells you how like all this shit is like just done under, or at least it used to be done like under the table. Nowadays, they don't really care anymore. They'll just shout out what they're doing because they know nobody can stop them. But
or they're not expecting anybody to stop them.
Or not expecting anyone to stop them.
Yeah. Should I continue with that, or did you have enough?
I've had plenty. I think of at least that particular topic. I did think up a really good solution to gun control though, that nobody can argue with.
What's that?
You can have as many guns of as many types as you want. If you want to buy a howitzer, go for it. You buy that tank. You have like 18 AR-15s in your basement. That's okay. Ammo is illegal. There is no Second Amendment protection for ammunition. So therefore, ban all ammunition for assault rifles and semi-automatic rifles. You want a gun? Fine, have the gun. Can't do anything with it. You can hit someone with the bullet, I guess.
See, here's my thing. Number one, I don't really want to hear any shit about gun control until you guys start forcing police to use gun control when it comes to shooting people that look like me.
Oh, well, that's never going to happen, man.
then I guess that a lot of us are going to have to do what the Black Panthers did, and we're going to start arming ourselves to protect ourselves from police. Because guess what? If they're not going to protect us, then I guess we got to do that for ourselves. And the thing is that the police also have they've been militarized. So therefore, if they're militarized, I'm gonna be real. I guess we got to militarize too.
Thanks, because war on drugs.
Yeah, thanks, war on drugs. Say a big thank you to people like President Nixon. Say a big thank you to people like Reagan and Clinton and Bush and Obama. Give them a round of applause, because guess what?
To everybody in the chat thinking I was serious, it was a joke, guys.
Yeah.
No one's gonna ban ammo. Like, you can't do that.
But my thing is like, but here's the thing: everybody wants to talk about treating the symptoms, but they never want to talk about treating the underlying cause.
Oh well, no, because that would involve changing the entire country, and we don't want that.
Exactly.
We can't have that.
Because they're sitting there going, oh, well, this, like, for instance, Uvalde shooter, and it's like, well, what if he had a more stable life, economically, financially, as well as had, actual mental health care and things like that? Maybe that could have saved lives.
I see this comment a lot by the insane right-wingers under those AOL articles I was talking about earlier. They always, every time there's a shooting article, they always bring up mental health, right? And I actually agree with them on it, because there should be more mental health care. There should be more attention paid to these people before they get to the point of committing an atrocity. Here's the problem, though. Those same people who always are talking about, oh, there needs to be more mental health, are the same people that then turn around and like obstruct everything possible from more mental health care being available. So you can't have it both ways. You can't be claiming gun control is not the answer, we need more mental health care, and then turn around and keep like preventing more mental health care from existing.
I'm going to give a take that is, the take is very lukewarm, even cold take in this space, but in conservative and liberal spaces, it will be a spicy hot take.
It's hot. It's like black pepper. It's like black pepper.
It's like black pepper,
Yep. To a wasp family.
Okay, here's my take. The Democratic and Republican parties don't give a shit about gun control. They don't.
Where are my pearls?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Where are my pearls?
He said it.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my god! I do declare. Oh, this is just too hard. Oh my lord! So here's the thing: the Republicans do not want gun control because they know that's their bread and butter for their base. To keep,
and they're owned by the NRA.
And they're owned by the NRA. The Democrats don't want gun control because they use that as a tool to fundraise off of, to say, see, we're trying to do gun control, right? But if you guys don't vote for us and vote and then donate $27 to our Act Blue, we won't be able to fight them next year.
Vote harder, guys.
Vote harder, guys.
We won't be able to do anything. Not like how we can't do anything now. That's a different. We can't do anything. You need to vote harder so we'll be able to do things in the future.
Yeah, yeah. And then
that's totally right.
They also don't care about it because how many of them have stocks in these gun control? These firearm manufacturers. Yeah, how many of them have?
I'm sure a lot of them. I'm sure a lot of them have at least stocks in like Remington or any of the makers.
Yeah,
they may not be directly donated to by the NRA like the Republicans are, but they're definitely making money off of them. And I'm fairly confident in saying that one of the big reasons the NRA doesn't donate to Democrats is to keep that false dichotomy in place.
Yeah, but you also got to remember that these gun manufacturers are also part of the military-industrial complex, which also donates to both Democrats and Republicans. So therefore, it would actually be against their interests of opulence to actually, tackle these underlying issues so that people won't be killing each other. Also, whenever things like this happen, number one, gun sales go up. Number two, people want to add more funding to the police. And then the police will get a lot of militarized products from the military industrial complex for a price from the government.
Yep.
And then these police,
yeah.
And then these same police will also, throw donations in the way of different politicians as well, which funds and grease the politicians' hands.
The PBU or whatever, their union, one of the only remaining unions around. I wonder why.
Exactly.
Yep, X. If we could highlight his there, I guess I don't know, most recent comment. Yeah. That's pretty much it. The root cause of everything is unregulated capitalism.
So I mean, I would say just capitalism, period. But I think that's a little bit where we disagree a little bit, slightly.
That we do disagree on that. You're a little more on the anarcho-communist side than I am.
More socialist.
I believe capitalism can work if it's heavily regulated, because it was working for a little while, like post World War II. I mean, not for everybody, obviously, but when there were, I'm just talking strictly like when there were actual regulations in place, the economy was pretty good, and capitalism was okay. Like now, if we could also add, hey, other people besides straight white men are humans, into that, that would be great. But
yeah, I don't agree, but
I know, and that's fine.
But the thing is that as far as the propaganda goes, that perpetuates, like, these actions that happen are also propaganda. While we're at it, hang on.
While we're at this,
while we're at it, let's just let me show you something. Like Fire Marshal Bill, aka Rick Scott, Senator Rick Scott. Let me show you something.
Oh boy.
Let's go up. Yep. Speaking of propaganda, I think this is pure propaganda, and you're gonna be like, yeah, that's propaganda. So, and I shared this on RBN a little earlier. So here we go. So, as you can see,
so Patriot Front got pulled over. They were all piled in the U-Haul, and they are all detained.
I smell bullshit. I smell bullshit.
I mean, do I believe that a right-wing hate group was trying to intimidate a pride parade? I definitely agree. I definitely believe that. See, that's the problem when you're as deep into shit as we are, is that you start seeing conspiracy connections everywhere where there may not necessarily be any. Sometimes things are just a coincidence.
I think it's staged. I will be honest with you.
Real talk, it's probably staged. I'm just saying, you have to be careful of not becoming a crazy conspiracy theorist, because the overlap between people who know what's going on and crazy conspiracy theorists is really high.
Of course. But the thing is that, this is definitely not out of the realm of possibility, for the simple fact that, the police, force as an institution, it has white supremacy baked in the cake. So therefore, you have I hate to put it this way, but you have a truckload of white men that have been detained very peacefully on their knees. And here's the thing, if they truly were a danger to society, you would have a shit ton of more police out there, number one. Number two, they all be face down right now. The police would be in riot gear.
That is very true.
Yeah. And they're all masked. They're all masked. and they're not allowed to take their mask off. Like, and don't tell me that BS about, oh, well, we're still in the middle of a pandemic, because it's clear that the police don't have a mask on either.
No, I wasn't gonna go with the pandemic angle. I was gonna go with the angle of, well, they always have hoods and shit on. I mean, that's the kill.
It's true.
This whole thing is that they have hoods on. However, I do think it's a little suspicious that the police did not, remove them when they were being arrested.
And keep going.
So God damn it, Jay. God damn it, James. God damn it. No, I mean, you're probably right. This one is probably staged. Like all signs do point to it.
Yeah. I mean, and then on top of it, right? And I made this point earlier on RBN. They have literally, I counted, they have about 8-9 police officers out there so far, right? For all these dudes.
Well, that's because they know that they're law-abiding American citizens because they did a quick skin check and they know they basically did that old Family Guy joke with the witness paper.
Yeah, and here's the funny part. You got one black dude that's unarmed, and then 12 police officers show up for one black dude. Oh, yeah. You got a bunch of dudes that are piled in a U-Haul, in the back of a U-Haul.
Who travels in a U-Haul? Movie crews, that's who.
And so, you mean to tell me that you were able to detain them very peacefully and have them all unified on their knees? This looks like a movie set.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true. It's very sus, as the kids are saying these days.
Oh, deeply sus. And so that's why I said, nah, this is some bullshit. Because the thing is that they're trying to give you this view of, oh, we're the police. We're actually acting against white supremacy. You're not going to act against white supremacy.
Totally.
A leopard cannot change his spots.
Yeah, you're going to act against white supremacy. Meanwhile, like a quarter of you guys are white supremacists, at least, like actively.
Yeah. And like, hold up. Because Bill Bradley said something very interesting. Very good observation, Bill. He said, look at the bottom of the boots, all brand new.
That is a good point.
Like, not one hint of soot, dirt, nothing on the bottom of
the I'm getting really close to the screen right now. Sorry, you guys got to see my fucking close-up face.
Oh, it's okay. They're used to it. You're used to it, right?
Yeah. But you're way more attractive than I am. So.
Oh.
Yeah, no, those are some clean ass boots, man.
There's some clean ass boots.
They hit them out of the U-Haul. I love it.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, cadets and fraternity frats.
Oh,
like,
that's a good idea. That's a point.
Yeah, these are
military cadets, West Point trainees, maybe.
Yeah. Make sure you make them kneel on the grass instead of the concrete, because you want to be good to their knees. You know what I'm saying?
I've knelt on some grass, not as comfortable as you might think.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely more comfortable than concrete. I'll give you that.
But and they still have their backpacks on.
Yeah, when the police detain and arrest you, they always let you keep your belongings.
Yes, they always make sure they keep their belongings. Oh my goodness!
That's
not one hat out of place, because you can't even see the color of their hair.
No, James, I figured it out. Do you know why everything looks so orderly and clean and new? It's because they just complied. They just complied. when the police gave them a command, they complied, and thus they are clean and not destroyed at all.
Yep.
Why can't you just comply? Why can't you just comply?
Yeah. It's just like Dylan Roof, after he killed a bunch of black people in the church, he just complied with police. He even got a Burger King Whopper out of it.
He was fine.
He was fine.
Just complied.
You can get your compliance at the local Williams-Sonoma, and all you got to do is just shop there.
Tell them
JB sent you.
If you're out of compliance, you can just buy them at your local Williams.
You just find your compliance at your local Williams-Sonoma. Don't worry, tell them JB sent you.
If you don't resist the cops and restore all of your gear. That's funny.
Yeah.
It just regenerates onto you. It's like when you heal yourself in Silent Hill Homecoming or Downpour, your clothes just come back.
Yeah. The only stains you're gonna see them with is grass stains on their khakis. You know, they're those ultra clean khakis, some clean ass khakis that they're all wearing.
It's AstroTurf, just like every time the Democrats pretend to have grassroots support.
AstroTurf at your local Williams-Sonoma.
Yeah, it's the best AstroTurf you can buy.
The best AstroTurf. Yep, that's right, baby. So, I mean, this is why we're talking about, that just was like, I'm like, yo, this is propaganda, man. Like,
you know what? You guys have convinced me that photo is 100% propaganda.
Yeah.
I have been convinced.
I mean, look, can we get some historical analysis? Operation Paperclip, which actually took a bunch of Nazi scientists, brought them here to the United States, and put them in the upper echelons of our government and in research facilities.
Well, look, man, that was a special circumstance. Like we needed to beat the Japanese, right? And, dude, you're forgetting though the real reason they did that. Russia. Look, if there's anything I've learned from American history, it's that any atrocity can be justified as long as you put "but Russia" at the end of it.
Yeah. Oh Lord!
In fact, I have it on good authority that the Uvalde police chief's next statement is going to say "but Russia" in some capacity.
Yeah. Also, the one in Buffalo too, that white supremacist shot up all the black people in the grocery store. He's going to be like, "But Russia!"
I had to do it, guys. They were all Russian sleeper cells. That grocery store was a front for the Kremlin. Oh, God.
They were part of that KG. That old black lady in the church outfit was part of the KGB.
Her disguise is very on point, but I saw through it.
Oh my gosh.
No, but actually though, that is why Operation Paperclip happened. Is because they knew their next problem was going to be Stalin, and so Operation Paperclip, we got to get the top scientists before the Russians do. If we offer them amnesty first, they're going to come to us.
As opposed to
being killed for war crimes, which Stalin probably would have done because at the time he was not the biggest fan of Russia. Oh my God, he was not the biggest fan of Germany, but there's an argument to be made that he might also have been like, we need these scientists for the American menace.
Yeah. So,
yes, Mad Michael Gaming, they are better than Russians because that has always been the thing here. This is a country where you can have literal Nazis with swastika tattoos being like those leftist fascists. They started the Holocaust. all because the Nazis were the National Socialist Party. That's literally the only reason. That the name of the party. That is literally the only reason that myth persists.
Yeah, but it's just like thinking that the Federal Express is an actual government entity.
Yes.
Like they're not. They just has the name Federal in it.
Yeah. That's it.
God, people are asinine sometimes. But
people in this country are really, really stupid, but it's only like 90%, it's only 90% their fault. Well, I guess the percentage would vary depending on how charitable you're feeling at the moment. They are the victims of decades of possibly the most effective propaganda machine the world has ever seen.
Yeah.
They are products of that and the constant defunding of the educational system. Now, that doesn't completely absolve them because, you and I were products of that too, but we're sitting here. But that's because we educate ourselves. Like we don't believe what's told to us. These other people, they're content to just be like, well, Pappy said that the gays are bad, so just to use an example. Happy corporations pretend to care about Gay People Month, by the way.
Yeah, a lot of these corporations, I mean,
I saw. Continue, and then I'll say my thing.
No, I was gonna say that little picture I showed you, that Skynet was in rainbow colors,
I love that logo collage. I really do. I just appreciate the inclusion of the SDP Foundation because nobody knows what that is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. For all you gamers that love Final Fantasy VII, it was Shinra logo in rainbow colors.
There was Abstergo, there was Shinra, there was Raccoon City, there was pretty much any evil organization you could think of from gaming. They had their logo in like a rainbow. Oh, there was Mom's Friendly Robot Company from Futurama. I really like that one.
Yep.
I saw a thing where it was like there's some meme picture of just like corporations just like squeezing like rainbow shit in consumers' mouths. It's like Happy Pride Month. Like that Ramsey meme with the oils, except it was like rainbow.
Okay, hold on. I gotta show people what we're talking about because people are gonna be like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. I gotta show them this before you go.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
Because we should probably call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this.
Yeah. Yep.
Aperture Science, Black Mesa. Yeah. Umbrella.
Yeah. LexCorp.
LexCorp was in there. Can't forget LexCorp. Mishima.
Oh my.
My god. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So just to let you guys know that they're going to co-op.
If they can make money off of it, they're gonna believe in it.
Yeah, they're going to make as much money off of
until it stops being profitable, and then they'll be like, "We never supported that." What?
Yep. Absolutely.
Those sodomites, gross. We only support lesbians, but only a certain type of lesbian.
Yep. The only ones that are a size 0 to a size 4.
Yes,
that's the only lesbian.
The ones that used to be called lipstick lesbians. I don't know if they're still called that or if that's an offensive term now. If so, I apologize. But they used to be called that.
Yeah, feminine ones,
Yes, feminine ones.
But it's just like like all the companies that supported the Nazi Party. Ones like BMW and Mercedes-Benz and all that. Like that was cool back in the day to support the Nazis.
Do you know who made Nazi uniforms? Hugo Boss.
Yeah, I remember Hugo Boss was part of it too.
Do you know who Time Magazine's Man of the Year was in like 1937 or some shit before all the Holocausty stuff? Adolf Hitler.
Yep.
Nazi Germany was unironically considered like the best society on the planet in the early 1930s by everybody, because all they saw from outside was 1932. Yeah, thank you. All they saw from outside was the propaganda that Hitler and the Nazis wanted the other nations to see. They saw how clean Germany was, how awesome it was, how it was an economy in recovery after World War One. You know, painting over the fact that the economy was in shambles because of the Treaty of Versailles, and you can make a very solid argument that World War II only happened because of the Treaty of Versailles that ended World War One. But that's not the subject of this conversation. But everybody unironically loved Nazi Germany right before Hitler started killing everybody.
Yeah, and then even then when Hitler was killing people, it wasn't really believed until some people actually sent, messages out secretly to let people know that Hitler was, doing these things. And then, Russia, was basically, the main adversary against Nazi Germany. The United States came in at the 11th hour just to throw that one punch out of 99,
Not to minimize the contribution of the United States to World War II, because it was significant. Without the pressure on the Western Front, the Soviets would not have had as easy of a time, and they did not have an easy time, getting into Berlin. So it could be argued that without the United States intervening when they did, the Germans would have been able to maneuver and shit, but that's also taking out of the equation that the Nazis were pious idiots that were convinced of their own supremacy. But yes, the Soviets were the ones that really put the hammer in the coffin of Nazi Germany. They were the ones that got to Berlin first, which incidentally is also why there's so many conspiracies surrounding Hitler's death in certain circles, is because the Soviets were the ones that found his body and didn't immediately report his death to the Western Allies. I was going to say something before I got sidetracked, and now I don't remember what it was. It was about Hitler. I don't remember what it was. The bottom line is that the version of World War II we grew up learning is a lie.
Basically.
That's basically the bottom line.
Yeah, Bill Bradley says that the U.S. only entered Europe because we wanted Stalin to take in Manchuria away from Japan, and Stalin would not help until Hitler was defeated. The U.S. in general didn't care about Germany.
You know what? That makes a lot of fucking sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Because the thing is that I mean, looking at how the United States is friendly with, Israel and their persecution of Palestinians, and looking at how they're friendly with Saudi Arabia despite their human rights violations, I honestly think that, if the United States could, they probably would have just made Nazi Germany an ally, and then just kept that allyship if they could.
Probably. I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we literally have people trying to do, the United States didn't give a shit about apartheid. They didn't. In
The
South
United
Africa.
States never cares about anything that doesn't affect their profit margin.
Basically.
That's the bottom line of the United States. Is it profitable? Then we care about it.
Yeah. So Bill Bradley's a pretty brilliant guy, and we're supposed to enter via the Eastern Mediterranean.
I think, yeah.
To create a third front for the Germans, but didn't. So Stalin drug his feet on taking Manchuria. Interesting, very interesting.
I can't.
But yeah, so let me check on Rockfin. Any comments that
have been totally ignored. At least by me, because I can't see them.
Yeah. Let me see. Abram says, no reason to be embarrassed for liking Crystal Ball. She's done some great work. Not to recognize her weakness, even during 2020 when she did her best stuff, or to not see disconcerting trends, or to agree with Ball when she's horrible or wrong. That can be an embarrassment.
That's fair. I guess I shouldn't say that I'm embarrassed that I used to like her, because that comment's right. She did used to have good points. Yeah, I guess I'll take that back then. That makes sense. It's only embarrassing if you continue to like them after they have already proven that they are bad.
Yeah.
That is an accurate statement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but the thing is, hindsight's always 2022. You know what I mean?
Also that, yeah.
So, but yeah. So I don't want to take too much of your time. We're actually a little bit over. But
like I said, we can always talk for like 4 hours about this shit. But
yeah, we can do that easy.
Yeah. But yes, it was fun. Thank you for having me on again.
Yeah. And I put his link to his blog, the Gilman House, and particularly to the article about indoctrination, which I think is quite apropos.
It's like my most popular article, and I had no idea it was going to be so when I wrote it.
Yeah. But I mean, you're talking basically about indoctrination, especially about how we're indoctrinated to think of police as this, this benevolent bastion of do-gooders that are just out there to fight crime, and it's just like, yeah, no, they're not.
No, you're thinking of Batman.
I'm sorry, but to anybody in the chat, Batman sucks too, because this man was literally a billionaire and he literally could have ended poverty, which would have
picked the worst way to deal with crime.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Batman's a piece of shit secretly.
Yeah. He definitely could have changed. He definitely could have put the mob out of business by just making sure everybody had a great floor, materially. But instead, he decided to put on a suit and bash, these people who, a lot of them were really just trying to survive. He bashed their heads in.
I saw a comic or something at one point where like it was making fun of that exact thing. It was like somebody was robbing somebody, and Batman showed up, but it was because he was only robbing them because he was hungry or like he needed to feed his family, and then Batman was like, and he didn't know what to do.
Write a check, motherfucker.
Stop making Batman gadgets and write a check to your local homeless shelter.
Look, Batman could do the most good if he just brought his checkbook in the Batmobile.
Yo, yes, Sulamoon, perfect comment. Rich man thinking he can fix poor people's problems with violence.
Wait, what is the difference between that and right now in real life?
Russia.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much for joining me, man. I appreciate it.
Of course, I love doing this.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure to have you on more periodically because, you're pretty based on a lot of different issues. So I just like to bring you on and talk a little bit more. Yeah. No trouble.
No trouble. I don't have time for trouble.
It's fun getting into trouble. So just to let everybody know, like I always say, thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to smash the subscribe button. If you like what you heard, then please make sure to click the thumbs up. And also click the link bell to let you know whenever I go live as well. By the way, like I always say every single time, water your plants, water yourselves, leave the world better than you found it. Smoke them if you got them. And forehead kisses, mwah, to every single one of y'all. Y'all are lovely. I love you. Mwah, peace and blessings and booty shakes. That's right. Booty shakes. I love you. Take care, everybody. Bye.